when you first came into drumming and you were looking at people, and I think I know that John Bonham and Cozy Powell are people that you looked up to and stuff.
Yeah.
Was it kind of were you looking at them in terms of technique or just simply their their appearance and style? The
I think it was all of the above, really.
hmm
I mean, there was a lot of stuff that when I first saw, let's say, when I first saw John Bonham, I thought, wow, this guy hits hard,
mm,
but he does, and then he doesn't, because then there's all this stuff that he puts underneath and in between and added on. There's stuff there that is just incredible. And to me, he was sort of an all-around drummer. He had everything. He had the power and the finesse, and the sound, and to me, I thought the look too. He looked mean. It was just he looked like he was about to, chop your head off in an alley. I thought he was great.
right, right.
you know.
Was he the guy for you? Was that who you said, "Oh yeah, I want to do that"?
I think he was one of them back then. I mean, there was a lot of them around. I mean, it seemed like it got to a point where I'd see, like a drummer on TV, and I'd go like, "Oh, that looks good. I wouldn't mind having a go at that."
Mm.
And I wonder if I could do that. Dad, can I get a drum kit? Dad, come on, Dad. you know. So I went through all that stage, and yeah, it was a big influence. I must admit. At the time, I was working for a construction company in England, and the thought of being a drummer seemed a lot more appealing than being in construction. So,
Oh wow, wow. So
yeah.
because you mentioned it, I have to ask: did Dad relent and get you the drums? How did that first drum kit appear in the house?
I did relent. In the end, I persuaded him. Just kept nagging the hell out of him. Yeah, it was just a small kit. It was an English company called Premier, and it was. I think he got it from the kid next door. Kid next door but one or something had a kit that, and this kid had moved on to be a keyboard player, so he had this drum kit that he used to, throw around the garage. And didn't really like it anymore. So he managed to pick it up for me, and I started to put it back together and put skins on it, and we just went from there basically.
Right, right.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Dad was happy that you did it.
Yeah, he never gave me any problems, my dad. He never did. He was really cool that way. He would never, you know, he would never complain about it,
All
and I'd be banging away, and I think it was because he wasn't a drummer, but he was a drummer for a little bit,
right.
in like a scout troop or something like that. He started playing drums, so he had that leeway, and he could hear what I was doing was starting to make sense, even though it was, a complete racket. But he could hear underneath that something was being played there, So he gave me a lot of leeway. So did my mother too, So, and they were great the whole time. They just spurred me on and never complained, and nothing but encouragement. I guess I'm very lucky that way. Some parents don't go for that. But I
Right,
was lucky.
right.
You'd be surprised. I mean, if you take them to like maybe something that is really extreme, and I don't want to name names, but there, there's a lot of the heavy metal, the heavy rock shows, especially stuff with like Ronnie, which is totally cool. I mean, it's got
Yeah,
nothing to do with Satan and the devil and all that, and even
right,
Black Sabbath has nothing to do with that,
right.
you know. But you probably know that already, right?
Right, yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. I think it's kind of funny. Musically, what else do you have going on? I mean, I know everything you've done in the past. Are there other things that you're doing, band wise, outside of waiting for Ronnie to come back and do this record?
Sure, yeah. I've just actually come back from doing a UFO tour. I did a European tour with
Oh
UFO,
shit. Oh wow.
and that went very well. Unfortunately, unfortunate for him, fortunate for me, but their drummer in March broke his ankle. So yeah, so that worked out great. I knew the guys. I was in the band for 3 years in the '90s, so
Right.
it was just like getting back again with them. So it was really easy and very comfortable. So hopefully, there may be some more shows with them through the summer. I'm still waiting to hear on that, and I've got a couple of other projects that I'm looking at the moment. Wouldn't like to say what they are, but
Okay.
because they're not confirmed yet. But pretty interesting stuff. Just enough stuff to get me going until we get back to do deal.
Will they be coming through the states? Do you have any idea of that?
I do believe they are. Yeah, there's something that I heard about in maybe August or September.
Wow.
Yeah, they've got a new guitar player. I don't know whether you know. His name's Vinnie Moore. Who's outstanding.
Oh yeah, Vicious Rumors. Yes.
Yeah, he's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Pete's there, Phil's there, Andy will be there. If not Andy, it'll be me. So and Paul Raymond's there. So it's the old band, and
Right.
it's really cool. They play everything great, and it's a UFO thing.
Wow, wow. And then Michael Schenker, who I have seen, is taking another version of MSG out. I don't even know who's in his band these days.
I don't know. I saw Michael last year. I played on an album that he was doing, Heavy Hitters.
Ah, yeah.
Me and a bunch of other people. But it was nice to see him again after the troubles we had in the 90s. It was really nice. He was, we talked about a lot of stuff and got a lot of stuff sorted out, so it was good.
Right.
But yeah, he's going out again, yeah?
Yeah. I think he's put together a whole new band, and I didn't recognize a single name, so I think the guitar solos will be longer. But that's just fine because I want to go see Michael play again. But
yeah, he's great. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
The video is out and ready to go, right?
Yeah, what you need to do if people want to go and pick it up, they go to MySpace, drummer Simon Wright, MySpace.
Okay.
And where they'll find a link to go to get the DVD.
Okay.
And it's really easy, and it's a great buy. I'm sure people find it very interesting.